How many times would you be willing to fail before getting up? Once, twice, maybe 5 times? Now imagine failing over and over again, facing rejection after rejection and having to start from scratch more times than you can count. Would you keep going? I failed 17 times before building a business to $68 million in annual revenue. Hey, entrepreneurs, Cody Alexander here, and today we're talking about one of the most misunderstood truths about building a business. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's the foundation of it. I failed plenty of times on my entrepreneurial journey, and every one of those failures has taught me lessons that helped me grow, adapt, and succeed. Today, I'm sharing those lessons with you because if you can learn to embrace failure, you'll unlock the mindset, the skills, and the resilience you need to build something extraordinary. Let's dive in. Let's start with the biggest myth in entrepreneurship: overnight success. When you see someone with a thriving business, it's easy to assume they got there quickly, that they had the perfect idea, they launched it, and everything just fell into place. That's almost never the case. Success stories are like icebergs. You only see the part above the surface. The achievements, the accolades, the revenue. What you don't see are the years of struggle, the long nights, and the failures that are built in the foundations of that success. Early in my career, I looked at a successful entrepreneur and I thought, what am I doing wrong? Why aren't I getting those results? What I didn't understand was that they'd likely spent years failing, learning, and trying again to get where they were. I fell into the trap of thinking I could shortcut my way into success. I'd get an idea, I'd start building it, and when things didn't take off immediately, I'd just move on to something else. I thought, maybe the next idea will be the one. But here's the truth I had to learn the hard way. Success doesn't come from chasing ideas. It comes from committing to the process. There was a time when I was juggling multiple ideas, hoping one would stick. On projects that I thought were sure bets, and when they didn't gain traction, I just jumped ship and moved on to the next one. I kept looking for something easier. But the truth is, nothing worth building is easy. When I finally committed to sticking with one idea, facing the challenges head on, and putting in the time to get it right, everything started to change. Here's what I want you to take away from this. Stop looking for shortcuts. They don't exist. Commit to the process. Success isn't about having the perfect idea. It's about being willing to stick with it through the hard times. Most importantly, remember that the messy middle is where the magic happens. Every time you push through a challenge, you're building the skills, the resilience, and the knowledge you need to succeed. Here's the thing. Failure isn't just about persistence. It's also about learning and adapting. That brings us to our next key lesson. Here's a mindset shift that changed everything for me. Failure isn't the end, it's feedback. Every failure gives you data. It tells you what's not working, where you need to adjust, and what you can do better next time. When I was helping a company grow from only $600,000 to nearly $3 million a year, I thought I was the marketing linchpin. But as the business scaled, they brought in a fractional COO to streamline operations. In our very first meeting, he said something that hit me like a punch to the gut. It's time for the adults to start running this like a business. I felt disrespected and dismissed. Instead of taking a step back to understand his perspective, I let my pride get in the way. I fought him at every turn, trying to prove I was right. In the end, it backfired. I got fired. At the time, it felt like the end of the world. Looking back, I've only taught me one of the most valuable lessons of my career. Your track record will only take you so far. If you don't adapt, grow, and evolve, you'll get left behind. When you fail, ask yourself, what's the lesson here? Whether it's about your skills, your mindset, or your approach, use that feedback to make your next move smarter. Here's the catch. Even when you're learning from failure, it still takes resilience to keep going. That's the next piece of the puzzle. If failure is feedback, resilience is your ability to use it and keep going. The truth is, most entrepreneurs quit too soon. They hit a roadblock, they face rejection, lose momentum, and they think, you know what, maybe this isn't for me. But the ones who succeed, they're the ones who push through no matter how hard it gets. Recently, I was working with a business that was on the verge of shutting down. External pressures had crushed all their momentum, and they were seriously considering shutting their doors. This was a big business with a huge track record. It would have been the easier option for them, frankly. But instead, we took a step back, looked at what they still had, and focused all their energy on creating one ultra-valuable product. a product your customers couldn't resist. Then we paired it with a unique way to sell it. In just 90 days, that business turned completely around. Resilience doesn't just mean sticking it out. It means finding a way forward when the obvious path seems blocked. It's about pivoting, adapting, and refusing to quit even when quitting feels like the easiest option. So, how do you build resilience? It's not just a trait. It's a skill you can develop. You need to break it down. Focus on solving one problem at a time. The big picture can be overwhelming. You need to take it step by step. Next, you need to reframe the challenge. Instead of thinking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what's the opportunity here? You need to commit to progress. Progress doesn't just have to be perfect. Just keep moving forward, even if it's slow. Take a challenge you're facing right now. Write down 3 possible solutions, no matter how small or unconventional, and commit to taking one step forward today. Because resilience isn't just about staying in the game. It's about who you become through the process. And that's the most important part of all. I'm going to double down on this point. Resilience isn't about keeping your business alive. It's about transforming yourself into the kind of entrepreneur who can lead it to success. The truth is, the person you are when you start your business isn't the person you need to be when you scale it. Growth demands change. You need to become more strategic. You need to improve how you communicate, and you need to develop the mindset to handle the pressure and uncertainty that comes from building something extraordinary. I used to think success was about generating momentum and keeping it going. I thought if I could just grind long enough, everything would fall into place. But I learned that momentum only takes you so far. The true success comes from mastery. Focusing on your strengths, refining your skills, and letting go of everything that doesn't align with your vision. When I learned what I did best, creating value and helping businesses innovate, everything changed. I stopped trying to do it all, and I grew as a leader, a strategist, and an entrepreneur. You have to let challenges shape you. Every challenge you face is teaching you something. When you fail, you learn resilience. When you face criticism, you develop humility. When you hit financial roadblocks, you become resourceful. These lessons aren't just shaping your business, they're shaping you. Here's how to embrace the transformation process. Reflect on your growth. Think about a challenge you faced recently. What did it teach you about yourself? Celebrate who you're becoming. Don't just celebrate business milestones. Recognize that personal growth you're experiencing along the way. Entrepreneurship isn't just about building something external. It's about building something internal. I know that sounds cheesy, but believe me, if you grow, the business grows. And that brings us to the ultimate truth about failure and growth. It's not just about the outcomes you achieve. It's about the person you become along the way. Here's what I want you to take away from this. Failure isn't something to fear. It's something to expect. Every failure is a stepping stone. Every setback is an opportunity to learn and grow. And some of my biggest breakthroughs came right after my hardest moments. Why? Because those moments forced me to think differently, forced me to adapt, and I had to take a new approach. And ultimately, it led to a breakthrough in the business. So here's my challenge for you. Next time you fail, don't ask, why me? Ask, what can I learn? How can I grow? What's my next step? Because here's the ultimate truth. The only way to fail is to quit. If this resonated with you, here's what I want you to do. Hit that subscribe button for more insights like this. Drop a comment below and share what's one failure that taught you an invaluable lesson. And if you want to start building your next big successful business, visit marketingedgepod.com. Because failure is at the end, it's the beginning of your next success. Now go build something amazing.